Do you want to speak English fluently? Do you wish to talk clearly and be understood by everyone? Sometimes speaking English can feel difficult. You might feel shy, nervous, or afraid of making mistakes. David felt the same way. He works in a small cafe where many customers speak English. He wants to help them better and feel confident in every conversation. But at first, he didn't know how to begin. He kept asking himself, why is English so important? How can I learn it easily? This story follows David as he starts his journey, taking small steps every day, facing challenges, and refusing to give up. David's journey is about hope, courage, and the power of practice. It proves that anyone can improve their English with patience and determination. Are you ready to listen? Are you ready to learn? Let's begin David's story, a journey that might inspire your own. David's journey to English confidence. Part 1. Taking the first step. David works in a small cafe. Many customers speak English there. David knows some English words like hello and thank you, but he feels shy when he needs to speak more. Sometimes he does not know what to say. This makes him nervous. One day, David thinks, I want to speak English better. I want to help customers. I want to feel confident. He decides to start learning English seriously. David buys a small notebook and a pen. Every day, after work, he writes down new English words. He writes simple sentences like, how are you? And, can I help you? David watches short English videos on his phone. Sometimes, he listens to songs and tries to sing too. He repeats the words to practice speaking. Learning is not easy. David forgets some words. He finds some sentences hard to say. Sometimes he feels tired after work and wants to stop. But David remembers his goal. He wants to talk better and feel proud. This gives him courage to keep trying. He practices short phrases out loud many times, like please wait a moment, or would you like coffee or tea? David says these sentences slowly to get better. David knows learning takes time. Every small step counts. He smiles when he makes progress. At the cafe, David tries to use the new words he learns. Sometimes he makes mistakes, but the customers smile and help him. David feels happy. He knows this is only the beginning. He is ready for the journey. Little by little, David is learning English. Part 2. Listening carefully. David knows that listening is very important to learn English well. He starts to listen more carefully to the people around him. Sometimes he listens to customers talk in the cafe. Some speak fast, and he does not understand everything. But David does not give up. At home, David listens to English songs and short conversations on his phone. At first, he hears only some words. Many words sound new and strange, but he listens again and again. Over time, he understands more. David writes down new words in his notebook. He also learns the meanings of these words. For example, he learns order, menu, customer, and thank you. He practices saying these words. At work, when customers speak quickly, David listens carefully. If he does not understand, he politely asks, "Can you please say it again?" Or "I am sorry, I don't understand." Most customers smile and repeat slowly. David also pays attention to how words sound. Sometimes he records himself speaking and then listens. This helps him notice his mistakes and improve his pronunciation. Listening makes David more confident. He understands questions like, "What drink would you like?" and "Do you want sugar in your coffee?" He feels happy when he understands and can answer. Day by day, David's listening skills grow. He knows that listening well is the first step to speaking better. Even when it is hard, he keeps practicing. Listening is not just hearing words, it is understanding and learning from them. David feels hopeful and ready to listen more every day. Part 3. Speaking with confidence. David knows that speaking English is hard, but very important. At first, he is nervous to talk. Sometimes he worries about making mistakes, but he decides to be brave and try. At the cafe, David starts to use simple phrases. He says hello, "How are you?" and "Please wait a moment." He smiles when he talks. This makes customers feel welcome. Sometimes, David says the wrong word or forgets a sentence. He feels shy, but he does not stop. Instead, he smiles and tries again. He learns from his mistakes. Many customers notice David's effort. They speak slowly and help him by repeating words. This makes David feel supported. David also practices with his friends and coworkers. They listen patiently and help him improve. They teach him new sentences like, "Would you like coffee or tea?" and "Is the food okay?" David enjoys talking more each day. He likes asking questions and answering simply. Small talks help him gain confidence. David remembers that courage is very important for learning. Speaking with confidence means trying, even if it is hard. His English is not perfect, but it is better every day. David feels proud of every conversation. David is ready to speak more and learn from each talk. He knows each sentence gives him a little more courage. Part 4. Reading and Writing Practice. David knows that reading and writing can help with speaking and listening. He wants to try these skills more. He begins by reading simple things. At the cafe, he looks at menus and signs. He reads the names of food and drinks. This helps him learn new words. At home, David reads short stories and easy books. He likes stories about daily life. Reading is sometimes hard, but he tries his best. When he finds a new word, he writes it in his notebook. David also practices writing. He writes new words and short sentences every day. He writes about his day at work. For example, "I help customers," or "I make coffee." Writing helps David remember words and grammar. At the cafe, David writes price lists and small notes. This is good practice. It feels helpful to use English in real life. One day, David joins a local English group. The group meets once a week. They read books and talk in English together. David likes listening to others and sharing his own words. The group helps David feel less shy. He sees that many others are learning too. They share problems and help each other. David feels happy to learn with friends. Reading and writing make learning English fun and useful. He knows that learning is not just listening and speaking. Reading and writing make him stronger. David plans to keep reading stories and writing notes. He wants to grow his skills even more. Learning English step by step is helping David feel more confident every day. Part 5, Dreaming Big and Moving Forward. David's English is much better now. He talks with customers easily. He understands their questions and answers clearly. He feels proud of his progress. At first, David was shy and nervous. Now he is confident. David dreams of traveling to an English-speaking country. He wants to meet new people and learn new things. Speaking English well will help him reach his dreams. Sometimes, David still makes mistakes. That is okay. He knows mistakes help him learn and grow. David thanks his friends and teachers for their support. But he knows the most important thing is his hard work and patience. He never gave up. David feels excited about the future. English has opened many doors for him. It helps him in his job and in life. He wants to keep learning and practicing every day. He knows that learning a language takes time and effort. David smiles when he thinks about his journey. It was not easy, but it was worth it. His story shows that anyone can learn English with courage and steady practice. Small steps every day make a big difference. Your journey can start today. David's story teaches us an important lesson. Learning English is possible for everyone. It takes courage, patience, and daily effort. You can start your journey right now. Every word you learn and every sentence you speak brings you closer to your goals. Don't worry about mistakes. They help you improve. Remember, learning English is not a race. It is a journey. Take one step at a time, enjoy the process, and celebrate your progress. Like David, you can face challenges and keep moving forward. You can grow confident and successful by never giving up. Are you ready to begin? Your English story is waiting to be written. Thank you for joining David's journey. Keep learning, keep believing, and keep going.